Welcome back, guys, to your Kentucky X-Files. This bird was
bird's
in the
operatic.
opera. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. He trained his whole life to be an opera singer, but he just had to be a jungle fowl. You know, his dad wasn't supportive. Yeah. Shout out to jungle fowls. Thanks for all the chicken,
Yeah.
I guess.
Right.
I don't know what else to say there. What can you say? You know. So here we are. We've been having an exciting night. We've done all kinds of shit tonight. You guys out there listening, you have no idea the stuff we get up to. When you're not supervising us, there's no telling what kind of trouble we're going to get into.
Yeah, we were left our own accord and
geez. Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah.
Left to our own accordions.
Yeah, our own accordions. None of us know how to play them.
No.
Not even a little bit. No, not even one lesson.
I'm pretty sure I have an accordion in the closet.
Do you really?
Pretty sure I do, yeah.
Can I borrow it?
I don't know if it still works.
Okay.
It's old. We could take a look at it.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
We'll
love
dig
to
it
mess
out.
around with that.
Dig it out at band practice tomorrow and see if it still plays.
Yeah, that sounds fun. All right, so by now I'm sure the secret's out that your favorite three handsome Kentucky podcasters in the paranormal and unexplained phenomenons have a website. It's pretty awesome.
And what is that website?
I can't remember. What was the website again? It's like super easy to remember. It's like www.kentuckyxfiles.com.
KYXfiles.com.
KYXfiles.com.
Did you just Shorzy us?
I think I did. I think I might have. Damn these Christmas beers. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm just finding myself just slipping more and more into dumbness as I go here.
I just love that it segued into that.
Yeah. So,
hey, that's what they mean by getting in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting in the Christmas spirit, that's for sure. But yeah, it's pretty cool. We out of nowhere we were sitting here messing around. We were making a video for the YouTube channel where we watched some paranormal videos, I guess, from TikTok that my daughter sent over, and we pretty much dissected them. It was pretty fun. And then we were like, let's just hit live stream and tell everybody about our website. And again, I'm going to say it. We should have probably had a website a long time before this, but it's even better because we have it now. And you can go to that website and you can send us a voice message. You can send us an email from it. You can register if you want to be a guest on the show. You can tell us your encounters on it. And it literally has access to every single thing that we've done.
Yep. And if you're in the streaming side of everything and that's all you know us from, there's links to all the videos we've done.
Absolutely. You'd almost say that we're coming up. We're coming up a little bit. Yeah.
We're contenders.
Yeah, I feel like we're making
we're bona fide.
We're making something out of ourselves over here.
We
folks.
got prospects.
So what we got? You guys want to dig into some of the YouTube comments? I know we got one in particular that we were looking at earlier. And it had to do with our last episode, the
Shadow People.
Talking about the Shadow People. And I'm trying to figure out, I want to read these in order. Oh, you know what? We got to go back a little bit further. I'm sorry. But, Josh, I apologize. This has to happen. Travis Drum, he commented on episode 253, Shadow People. And he says, well, I had to comment. I've been to Wyoming. I lived and worked out there for a few months. It's absolutely gorgeous out there, and the people are very friendly.
Thus debunking my theory
that
Wyoming isn't real.
I even made that comment back to him. I said, and Josh's conspiracy theory has been debunked. And he said, if he believes me.
So, okay, Travis, just to put it out there for you, bud, uh, your your story has been corroborated by a random picture I found on Facebook today, and it was so ridiculous. It was about bed sizes, and I had no idea that there was 2 sizes bigger than a California king, which blew my mind. One of which, the largest, is the Alaskan king. It's the
The
biggest bed
nine
in
by
existence.
9 by 9.
Yeah, and then
Good
there is
God.
the Wyoming king, which is 7 by 7, and when I seen that, I was like, "Well, shit."
Were you,
I
Travis
just I want to know like what's the purpose, like what makes it a Wyoming king? Like just I know that
it's
the
just the
size does,
size?
the
Yeah.
but
size.
why did they name it that? Like, did somebody from Wyoming like I need to make a
Yeah.
7-foot bed?
So, the other person in Wyoming besides Travis decided, "I've gotta have a bed," and I'm 6'8".
So there's only
So
2 people? There's just Travis and the other guy?
yeah, that's who Travis was working for up there. He was probably
Yeah, it
making
was a
beds.
mattress company.
It was the one guy that has a mattress company making Wyoming King mattresses. Yeah,
I
that's
just this sounds a little bitter.
does it?
Well, I mean, reluctantly, folks, it feels like Josh is maybe backing off of the Wyoming thing just a tad.
So, to put it in
It's
perspective,
not a retreat. It's a reposition.
I have been on that hill um, for the better part of probably 2 decades, if not a little longer, claiming that Wyoming doesn't exist. And every single person has done the exact same thing, save for Travis. I've never met anybody from Wyoming either.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Yeah.
immediately went, "What the hell? What if he's right?" I've never seen it on anything besides a map, you know?
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
Travis, you were the first person in probably close to 25 years to step up and say, "Yeah, I've been there."
I just feel like it's probably because you've been talking about talking to people around here. Most of the people here like we never left the state.
Yeah, we don't go
Well,
anywhere. We're
Yeah,
you know,
we're content with our where we live.
yeah.
yeah, but I mean, still, like, what
Yeah,
am
I
I gonna
know.
do? Drive to Wyoming to see if it exists?
I'm just saying, like, I guess we gotta, yeah, we gotta take a road trip,
Yeah.
see if there's any Wyoming Bigfoots. I feel like I say it wrong.
What?
Wyoming, what?
Wyoming?
Wyoming? Yeah,
Wyoming?
I
Wyoming.
think you're saying it fine.
Wyoming.
Yeah. Wyoming.
Okay, I feel like I put too much on
See?
it.
I mean, this like that's another reason why the state feels fake.
You just, you just give it more fuel.
Yeah.
Anything we say at this point, he's just gonna he's gonna bend it to
You
his
can't
will.
even say you can't even say the name, so it's not real.
Yeah. You
I mean,
hesitated when you said the why part.
name their football or baseball team.
That's the
The
Wyoming.
Wyoming Cougars.
It's the Wyoming Beds.
The Wyoming Beds.
Everybody knows that.
The Wyoming Camels.
Wyoming Camel, the Wyoming bed frames, the box springs.
The
You
Boxers.
ever been to the beautiful box springs in Wyoming? They run fresh water right out of the hills. Anyway,
shaped like boxes.
yeah. So I don't know, man. I mean,
I love how we stretch this comment out.
it's like I'm leaning towards Wyoming's probably there, but because of loyalty, I'm just gonna stick with Josh on this one. I don't know. You know,
That Travis has not produced a picture yet.
yeah. I mean, that's true. That is
He
true.
used to work there.
Are there any
Uh,
pictures of Wyoming out there? That's what I'd like to know. Yeah. So, what else we got here? Molly Lollipops. I think her name is that because she wants me to like say that on the air. You know what I mean?
Molly Lop.
Right.
Molly Lollipops. Like it's a matter of time before I mess that up.
Yeah.
She said, "Where I'm from, growing up, I always heard the tale of the white lady. Then I moved to Kentucky and I heard another white lady story. So I guess everywhere has a story kind of like that. I think so. I
Yeah.
think so. And it kind of takes the magic a little bit out of the folklore, but it is what it is. The secret was gonna get out eventually. And then she went on to comment again that said, "Yeah, if something like that freaked out my dog, that would be it for me. No thanks. Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. I had the dreaded C word, and I guess it was about time since I never got the shot. My dog stares off into the dark. I always call her name like that to snap her out of it, but it still freaks me out. But then sometimes she'll lay directly facing a corner of a wall like she's in trouble or something. So, and she gave me a little laughing emoji there at the end. You guys can't see. It kind of looks like a little kitten. Or maybe it is a dog. I can't tell. A little dog laughing. I don't know. It's really, really tiny.
It's cute.
What else we got? Yeah. Oh, this one's pretty heavy. Okay, so I'm gonna try to make sure I get these in the right order. It's in regards to the man in the hat. Here where I live, the comment is from a guy named Kentucky Goblin, which we're gonna be trying to get him on the show to talk to us, and you're gonna hear why in just a second. Here, where I live in northern Casey County, in the area where my house is, these types of things are always going on. Also, stories go back years of the Hat Man. Um, let's see, what else has he got here? A wide brim hat, long coat. These things are real. Also, the small ones have been seen next to him. I said, "That's him exactly." He said, "Every time it's the same thing. The wide brim hat, the long coat. You cannot see any facial features or legs or feet. Always almost out of one eye's view, but not all the way." He goes on to comment saying, "It was seen on camera during the daytime across from my aunt's. Just up the road from me, it was just standing there next to a fence post." That's pretty heavy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then the last comment, which I will admit, this is the one where it caught me off guard a little bit. He said, "Right here on the place where I live, the Hat Man has a story of how it and my late cousin battled for over a year, every night, sometimes during the day, until my cousin died of a massive heart attack." And he said it went as far as my cousin, I think he taped it in a small camper he had, and then he burnt it to the ground. I have started investigating around here for him, but quite frankly, I'm a little afraid of getting it started again. I'm always on the watch for it. So we have definitely got some lines put out to him, and he has the email address so he can get us his phone number so we can get him on the show, because I really would like to hear the rest of that one and see where it leads from there. What do you guys think of that?
Yeah,
Man in the hat.
I, it's crazy for the fact that his like cousin, it's terrible that his cousin passed away.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know if like I wanted a little bit of elaboration. He didn't have a massive heart attack while he was fighting this thing, was he? Like, is that like he feels like is that the cause?
I mean,
Could that have been the cause
yeah, I
of
don't want
his?
to like, say it out of context, but what I'm
Yeah,
getting from it is that apparently his cousin like caught it in this camper and then burnt the
yeah.
camper down to try to get rid of it. I don't know.
Hmm.
That's wild, man. But that man
Yeah.
in the
Hey,
hat is just it's something that pops up all the time. This
what?
is a
But
very
this is
very known.
but this is like the first time I've heard one. Like I've heard we've all heard the stories about the man in the hat.
Yeah.
Um, but this, other than the bowler hat one from Bobby Mackey's, this is the only like one that I would say that has been more malevolent. Like it actually was messing with his cousin,
Yeah.
basically enough to like it. Okay, it was messing with him enough to try to trap it inside of a camper and burn it to the ground. You know this thing had to be messing with you hardcore to just say, "Know what? Screw it. Let's light this bitch on fire."
Right.
Right?
It's like I'm just saying, like this is crazy. I would like to hear more about this story. If he would love to, if he would like to tell it.
Yeah.
I understand it's a little touchy subject, especially his cousin passing away, and I
Yeah.
sorry about sorry to
It's
hear about
terrible.
that. It's terrible, but it it's one of those things where like somebody you're seeing something and like it like something like it, something like that, like you have to be something has to be there to be like having that kind of a
Yeah.
scenario go down, especially.
There's a couple good theories over on the lineup.com. It says here UFOologists have their own take on the Hat Man. They believe that the sightings of this figure could be visits from alien species who are observing the human way of life. As most accounts of the Hat Man sighting report, he merely watches them from a doorway, closet, or corner. It lends some amount of credibility to that theory. Uh, Another theory claims that this is a creature from another dimension, a ghost with more physical control than most, an astral projection, and some even go as far to say that he is the devil himself.
Yeah,
Pretty wild. I don't know.
I I like the theory about other dimensions. Like I kept saying that it's we're literally over top of another dimension. So say like where you guys are and I am, like yeah, we're in our houses, but in their dimension it could be somewhere like in the middle of their living room or in the
Yeah,
middle of like a field somewhere, and people like these beings from that dimension are passing through and we're just seeing shadows. Our reality is kind of like blending a
yeah.
little bit.
I don't know. I mean, I've never seen the Man in the Hat personally.
I personally have never
Yeah.
seen them.
I suspect that me and a friend of mine took some pictures years ago that might have been a shadow person, but uh, I actually, you know what? I actually commented on that. I did a short afterthought on our new website, www.kentuckyxfiles.com, that you can check out, where I did a little follow up, right? So basically, I was giving it a little test run, and what I basically said, if I can find it here, I'll give it to you guys. Uh, let's see here. Yeah. Let me skip a few. I'm not going to read this whole thing. I said, in the early 2000s, I went ghost hunting, and I say that very generously since my idea at the time of ghost hunting was a couple of cameras, some beer, and a few buddies to tag along. And we caught some interesting images that almost looked like a shadowy figure in them. The
Hold on.
pictures themselves,
How is that description any different than now?
it isn't. It isn't at all. The pictures themselves, I suspect that I know that where they are, buried in an old attic box and probably fading more and more each day until time itself claims them as its next victim. But I wonder if I ever get a chance to dig them out, would I still think that I saw a shadow man in the images, or was it the young version of me desperately wanting to be creeped out that night by a successful ghost hunt? I still stand by that. I don't know if what I saw was that, or at the time I was in the spirit of the moment and it just lined up perfectly, you know.
Right.
The Bobby Mackey's pictures that we took back then were something else completely. It literally looked like a hand coming out of the ground. It was nuts. One day, hopefully, I can reclaim those pictures, and I guess, do scanners still exist? Is that still a thing? Scanners where you can like scan in pictures, because this is all
Yeah.
film, you know.
Yeah, we've got one here.
Nice. So if I ever
Yeah.
get a hold of those, I'll be able to. Yeah, it would be nice to be able to get them uploaded. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I know where they're at, but it would be a monumental feat to reclaim them. Yeah, the whole Shadow Man, the Hat Man, I should say, is just I don't know. There's some people that think that it's just literally like a what do you call it? Like a kind of like a what do you call it? Like a hallucination or something derived from like monster movies from the 80s and 90s, like Freddy Krueger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I kind of feel like that's just if I had a nightmare about Freddy Krueger when I was a kid, it was Freddy goddamn Krueger in my dream. It wasn't like you know a
Right.
shadowy version of him. You know?
See, now I've seen the Hat Man,
Yeah.
but I've never seen him like straight on.
Right.
It's always been like the peripheral, you know?
Yeah.
It's always that double take. It's never been a like face to face thing, and I can't explain it. It's just it's a weird phenomenon, I guess, that we
Right.
all have that fear of the
Well, what do you? I mean,
the tall, dark, scary.
if you see it, I mean, what what do you do? What the hell do you do next? If there's
Um,
one standing behind Tyler right now, what do you do? You know what
I
I mean?
mean, we just sit back and watch.
Tyler, what do you do if there's one standing in the corner right now with you?
What's up, man?
Oh,
They
that's
got a
just
secret
that's just
handshake,
Ted.
You want some Fresca?
right?
I'm trying to watch my weight.
So, like when I would see one back in the day, I haven't seen one in a few years, or maybe at least 2 years. Um, it was always, like I said, out of the peripheral. And if I turned and looked, they would they would disappear. It wouldn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
You know, it didn't make it any less scary at the time. Because the hell you can't explain that stuff away. How do you explain what your mind fills in the blanks of and tricks you in the moment? You can't. You
yeah,
just kind of go, "What the hell did I just see?" And then you don't tell anybody because they'll think you're crazy. You know.
yeah,
So that's how I dealt with it. But I'd
yeah.
seen it a few different times growing up, and even in my 20s and 30s, I've seen it.
Do you think there's any correlation with the the man, the Men in Black? I mean, I know that probably seems like a far stretch, but you know what I mean? Like it's a shadow man in a hat, and then you got the Men in Black. You know?
Yeah. I apologize for that yawn. It came out of nowhere. I don't know. I think your second comment's correct. That's a hell of a stretch.
Yeah. I don't know.
Interesting theory, though.
Yeah, it's crazy. But unfortunately, though, even though the man in the hat or the Hat Man, whatever you want to call him, it's like he has grandfathered in like several creatures since. I mean, if you look at the similarities, I mean, look at like the Slenderman. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, the picture you just sent in the Discord looks more like the Babadook.
Right. So what I'm saying, it's like this is something that's kind of like I feel like these are related, like they're
I'm sure they
similar.
are.
You know,
Yeah, I'm
I
sure
heard
they
it
are.
one night. I actually heard it one night when I was listening to the the facts at the facts by How to Hunt. Or he read an email from someone who said that they saw one of these things, and the difference in their experience was is that it was all like a shadow until it turned and looked at them, and then all it was this gaping mouth that opened up, just full of fangs.
That's intense.
And
I've never seen one move.
yeah, and I'm like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like,
And some of the depictions where they show it where it's just a black shadow and it's like bright white where the eyes would be. I've
yeah,
never seen that. And what's weird about it though to me is that when you catch it in your peripheral, you would think that something moving would be what caught your attention, not
yeah,
something perfectly still.
It's so crazy. Yeah, I found the Quora website or
Yeah.
Quora. I don't know how you pronounce it. There's a bunch of comments for people here. One here is from May 6th, and the person says, I can't believe that other people saw the same thing. In 2012, when I was in elementary school, I used to live in an apartment on the second floor, and I remember one day when I got home from school around 4 to 5, it was still sunny outside. Home by myself, I was watching TV, and I saw the Hat Man shadow looked like the shadow of a man in a trench coat wearing a fedora on the wall next to the TV by my living room. I didn't really get freaked out at the time because it was daylight, but after a year or two, when I thought back about it, I thought how weird it was. I always think about it every once in a while I'm thinking about how it was even possible. It is really crazy that other people have seen the same thing, and I'm just now finding out. And then it's a whole page. Here's one right after that responded to that one. I seen him 2 months ago, 2 nights in a row. He paced outside my bedroom door for 2 nights, coming at about 1:30 in the morning and leaving shortly after daylight came in. He was pacing. I won't go into every detail of my experience, but I will tell you I thought it was my brother-in-law checking to make sure I wasn't doing anything both nights. Till I actually seen his face on the second morning. I was not scared because I never heard of him until I found out for sure my brother-in-law was asleep both nights and had no idea what I was talking about. All night long, he kept me up and never said a word. Thinking it was my brother-in-law, I got upset with it because he wouldn't stop pacing and keeping me awake. I startled him twice when I knocked on the wall suddenly. He seemed very surprised and left me alone when I turned on an audio Bible and came back when I turned it off. It's pretty wild, man.
Yeah.
I wonder what the significance of that. I mean, I wonder if that's why people assume that he's like a demonic entity or something.
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, pretty wild.
Maybe he's, you know, not Christian. And he's like, I'm not going to your church.
Yeah.
He walks away.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's amazing. Here, I'll send you guys this website. This is crazy. How many people have literally put their experiences on here? It's just like there's no way I could read all of these. Put it that way, you know. And then some
Wow.
people trying to correlate is the Hat Man part of the Shadow People? I don't know, but yeah, it's wild. Hopefully, this the Kentucky Goblin guy. Hopefully, he gets back to us and we can get we can get him on and get his story because I'd really like to hear about this.
Yeah,
this whole event.
for sure. I would love this guy to come on. Well, assuming it's a guy. You know,
Yeah, that's
could be
true.
could
You
be a
never
lady.
know.
But yeah, whoever the Kentucky Goblin is, we want you on the show.
Absolutely. What else we got here? I'm trying to look back at our comments to see if there's any more here. I think you know what? I think that's all we got for these. Do you guys know we're going to be on Sasquatch Odyssey Sunday?
I
Technically,
heard something about that.
it'd be yesterday if you're listening to this Monday morning.
That's a good point.
Because
Did
we're
you
time
guys hear
travelers.
that we're going to be on yesterday?
It's amazing how nice our best friend Brian is to us. You know what I mean? Like I know we're not supposed to mention it to, like you don't want to bring it up to him because he's shy about it, but still, it is amazing how cool Brian is and that he for some reason likes talking to us.
Yeah, he's he likes to have us around, and that's cool.
Do you think it's because do you think we make him seem smarter?
That's what I'm thinking. Like it's just
like he's yeah.
better by comparison type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're an example. He's like, all right, you hear these guys, be thankful,
Right.
listeners.
Right.
Very cool. Very cool. And, yeah, I hate to admit it, but I can't remember a lot of what we talked about. So if you guys are listening to this and you haven't listened to that, you need to get over to the Sasquatch Odyssey and check out the. I don't even know what it's called because it's not out yet, but it's gonna be for you yesterday. God, this is so weird. Time travel. Yeah. Tyler, you okay over there? You look tired. You tired?
No, I'm good. I
You sure?
just, yeah,
I
I'm
know.
good.
Didn't you have to like get up at like crazy early today?
Yeah, I'd be up at 2.
Wow,
Yeah.
that sounds terrible.
What time are you up, Denny?
I'm usually awake by 5 now. I got new hours now that I got the new route.
Right.
So I'm up by 5, and I'm usually out the door by about 12 after.
Nice. Yeah. I think my
Yeah,
first alarm went off at 3:30.
yeah. See, I don't have any of
Second
that
one.
anymore.
Second one went off at like
Um,
3:45, but that wasn't bad.
Yeah. Any
I
bad.
don't, okay. I was
Sorry,
just
go ahead,
saying,
man.
no, I was just saying, it's like, I, are we ending this episode? Because I don't know that everybody wants to hear us talk about our daily grind.
Well, you know
They
what?
already have their own daily grind that they have to worry
They're
about.
grinding along right now, and we need them to
Yeah.
know that we're right there with them.
Oh,
Oh
We're
we're
doing the
yeah.
we're
same
See,
like,
thing.
and if you're listening to this early, just know that as soon as this episode dropped, at least two of us have already been up for around 3 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
We're out there with you.
Not me though.
So
Not me. I'm usually clocking in right as the episode drops.
yeah,
Yeah, that's one bonus. It took me a while to get used to it though. I wasn't used to the new, what do you call it, the new sleeping habit. Basically, not having to rush through everything and sleep. You know what I mean?
right.
I had something here. I'm trying to bring it back up. I wanted to show you guys. I don't remember what the hell I did with it. I've been way too busy. I've spent ever since I got home today. All I've been doing is working on kyxfiles.com. That's all I've been doing. Just trying to
I'm
make it
just,
a better experience for you guys out there.
I'm
I'm
just
plugging
gonna
the
say
shit out of this website.
I was
with.
supposed to help, but I fell asleep.
I'm just gonna say now that if you're digging around and all of a sudden we get a picture of Esteban in Discord,
Yeah.
man, that ain't even right.
Yeah. That's been a thing, you guys out there. I don't know why, but I've been bombing the guys here with Esteban pictures for literally no reason. I can't even explain myself. Yeah, I found something here. Hold on. You guys are going to like this. I think you're going to like it. It was pretty cool. Paleontology news.
Ooh,
Yeah,
ooh, is this gonna be
really
the
cool.
crowned crocodile?
I don't know. It might be. The swimming velociraptor that hunted underwater. Did you guys hear about
Uh,
this?
I did
No.
not.
Okay. So this is a new discovery, right? This thing was the size of a duck, right? It was a raptor, and it literally jumped in the water and hunted its shit. It hunted anything it ate underwater, and they've never found one before like it. So this is like the first, you know what I mean? Like the first, where they found it is what cracks me up. Because it's like a perfect example of we just don't know shit. They found it in the Mongolian desert, right? So it's like, here's a dinosaur that we know swam underwater and hunted underwater, and we found it in the desert. So right there, I mean, if that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about how much we don't know, there you have it. At least that's how I feel about it.
That's pretty cool.
What are
The
they calling it?
Shit, man. You know what? I don't know. I don't even think it's been named yet.
Velociduck,
Ductoraptor.
Ductoraptor.
Yeah.
so I've got some paleontology news.
What's that?
Apparently, in Australia, a skull of an animal that lived 260 million years ago is on display now, and
Yeah.
it's known as the crowned crocodile.
What?
Yeah, It's pretty wild. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of it. Way I can just send it over.
Whew.
Oh, let's take a look at this.
I'm sorry. I feel like I've been out of it a little bit because I was reading some stuff.
Yeah.
Was we ending this episode or was?
No, that was
Oh,
all you, buddy.
I thought we were. I'm sorry. The way you guys were talking, it sounded like you were rapping because you said you didn't have anything else.
I don't even remember saying that.
You said you didn't have anything else on that. Like I thought you were wrapping it up. I was like, man, it's already been an hour.
There you go. There's a picture of it.
All right, crowned.
That does
What
that
the
is
Right?
hell
not
is that?
that looks like a
And
crocodile
we
mixed with a like trike.
and we wonder why people thought dragons existed.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, I could see, yeah, I can understand that part, but then on top of it, like, where did the freaking fire thing come from? But I know we kind of dissected that
Yeah.
in that episode, saying that maybe it was lost in translation when some people said it breathed like spitted something at me and it burned, and then they translated it into as, oh, it breathed fire or something like that.
That's
That
crazy looking.
Yeah.
that looks like a crocodile hippo.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. I'm like, what?
With
the
moose
hell?
antlers.
Yeah, crocodile moose antler hippo.
Yep.
Hippo.
Hipposaur.
Hipposaur.
What
Hipposaurus.
is? Oh, I was wondering what the heck that was sitting in front of it at first. I
Yeah,
was like, is
Hipposaurus
that
croc.
little baby?
Yeah, I was seeing
Or
what was it? It was like a prehistoric animal, a prehistoric fish or something that they were like they were like, this thing's been extinct since like for like 260,000 years. It turned up fine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's alive. It's over. It was over off of the coast of California. I was
Speaking of fish,
like, what the hell, man?
you segued that perfectly for me, and I don't know if you meant
I
to do
didn't.
that or not.
I didn't, but I've got all these bookmarks and I keep flipping through them.
So I've got fish news.
Fish news.
Fish news. We need like a noise for fish news, like the
bloop, 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 bloop.
bloop bloop bloops, or like maybe the the drag on the reel. Yeah. Fish news. Bloop, 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 you know.
Oh my god.
So
love it.
apparently, out of nowhere, a fish landed on a beach in England somewhere, in a British beach, and it's a type of ocean pufferfish that has enough of a toxin that can kill 30 adult humans,
Good God.
and it's in its skin and flesh. Right, like just touching it.
Dude, how did they
so
figure
it's
this?
kind of like, the frog that, what was it, the arrow frog or something? Like the skin
Yeah.
itself is poisonous.
Oh yeah, the poison arrow frog.
Yeah, poison arrow frog. I
Yeah,
knew it was a frog.
yeah, it carries this teratoxin or whatever it is, tetrotoxin, tetrodotoxin,
Oh, I
I'm
thought it
sorry.
was more badass to call it teratoxin. That
Right.
sounds like a sludge band if I would.
Oh man,
Teratoxin!
that sounds like Crowbar's next album.
Right.
Kirk, you can thank us later.
How many people had to like have an unfortunate,
Yeah, mishap.
demise to figure this one out?
Well, and that's the thing. Here, I'm going to resend the link to the Discord here,
Yeah.
so you guys can see. Like, why would anybody want to touch this thing to begin with?
Killing
Yeah,
30
okay.
people in 1,200
Look at that
times
thing.
deadlier.
Ugh.
I wouldn't touch it.
What the heck is on the side of it?
That's an eye.
No, it looked like a claw coming
Oh,
out of its side.
It's a
Oh,
fin.
that's a fin. Okay, the way like the little thumbnail made it look like a
Oh
claw.
yeah. Okay, I'm looking at it on a a big screen, so that makes sense.
Ugh.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Like, why would you even touch that? Like, even if I didn't know it was poisonous, I wouldn't touch that. You know what I mean?
It's
Right.
kind of like what was that one that you don't like, Denny? Is it the lamprey?
Oh God, yeah. I don't know what it is about them things, but I hate
It,
them. Like, I hate
isn't
everything
it like
about
a
them.
giant? It's like a giant leech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Ooh.
lampreys can like attach to you, and they have these crazy fangs, and they just like
Yeah.
they just stick to you. So I got one more piece of pretty cool information here that I was saving. Scientists claim to have found a fossil of a dinosaur killed on the very day that the asteroid struck the Earth.
Okay. Oh, they can
Really?
carbon date it.
Yes. Yep. It was a perfectly preserved leg of a Thessaliosaurus, complete with scaly skin. And I can actually send you guys an image of that, which is really cool.
I
But check this
appreciate
out.
that.
Check this out. How cool is that?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, yeah, I look. Yeah, it has all the scales.
Yeah, man. That's really cool. It says the site that they found it was actually like really super rich with fossils of all kinds of shit, like turtles and fish, and they even said that they even have the embryo of a flying pterosaur, like actually encased in its egg. And it says that the scientists believe that the tiny glass-like particles of molten rock that are lodged in the gills of the fish fossils were actually kicked up by the asteroid's explosive impact. So, pretty cool. It's like really, it's just, honestly, it's like we're every year we're getting more and more of these discoveries. That's getting more and more, accurate.
Like how would you guys feel? Like, I get it. Like, the base is like how you would feel, but
You know,
just being a creature back then, like, I believed like animals and creatures alike, they have thoughts. They either talk to themselves in their own native like way language,
you
but
know.
you have thoughts. You think like, a dog thinks about his ball, cat thinks about playing with a mouse. I just like to think about those animals that were just chilling that day, just that day, just wondering like,
Do you
man,
think
it's
that there was like
it's a
a
good fucking day. Like the sun is out. Like, man, this is like a
sun's out, guns
bitchin'.
out?
This is a bitchin' day. Like, I am going to go eat some shit. Like, whoo, better watch out.
Right?
And then just like look up, like, what's that noise?
Do you think that there was like this baby T Rex like woke up and he stretched his tiny little arms out like, "Ugh," and he's like, "Oh, a shooting star! I'm gonna make a wish. I wish for more shooting stars."
Whoa,
I don't know.
that's too many. That's too
That was
many.
too many. Yeah, I don't know,
Man,
man.
it is a paleontology episode by default. I have another paleontology story.
It's because
Uh,
paleontology is the shit, man. It's awesome.
this one, this one also hails from London. Apparently, tucked away in a cupboard in the storeroom was a fossil of a lizard that, upon its rediscovery, just rewrote history.
How to do that?
Because this entire time they thought it was a different specimen than what it actually was. So I'm skimming through it as we're talking here. So
Huh?
bear with me.
So
Um, let's see here. They were the paleontologists at University of Bristol. A guy named David Whiteside. He was going through the cupboards in the museum and stumbled upon a skeleton that practically rewrites the history of modern lizards. Um, let's see here. He found it in a drawer labeled Clevosaurus, an ancient reptile belonged to the group of Rhynchocephalia. I'm hoping my pronunciation is remotely close to the right.
rhinestone cowboy sore.
Yes, yes.
Copy that.
Yeah. And One particular one caught his eye, and it was a 70-year-old discovery that had been sitting in this. They just tucked it away for 70 years. He quickly realized it wasn't one of the rhinestone cowboy Asaurus. The teeth did not
Cool name.
match. Um, they took an X-ray of it, and let's see, with high resolution scans, they found out it definitely was not a Clevosaurus. It was a separate brain case in the museum's collection. That's really awesome.
That is pretty cool. So it was like what, mislabeled or
Yeah, and this is a little fella too. He's only 30 millimeters,
Jesus,
just a little bitty guy.
little bitty guy.
Um, his his new find is called Cryptovaranoidus because crypto means hidden in Greek.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the rest of his name, so basically he's a hidden small butcher because of his blade-like teeth.
Very cool. That is pretty awesome, man. I think it's pretty cool. I love it when they discover stuff that we already have, because they have like piles of old fossils that they still don't even know what it goes to.
Right.
Super cool. I'm still that kid, man. I'm still that little kid that loves dinosaurs. I'm never gonna grow up in that regard.
Right.
Man, you guys kind of like caught me with my pants down here. All the stuff I looked up or have nothing to do with paleontology.
It kind of like snowballed.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know, like,
it
but you
always
guys,
does.
like, I'm just like saying, you guys are so good at doing that. You like one pulls leather, the other one pulls leather. You guys like bam, 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 bam. And I'm like over here, I don't know what to do.
Well,
Dinosaurs.
I can segue you a little bit. All right.
I hope it's something that I've looked up.
Are you guys ready for a shitload more triangle UFO sightings?
Okay, UFOs. Okay,
Yes.
I have some UFO stuff.
So
If it's time for it.
the Pentagon has debuted a new stealth bomber.
Okay.
Yep. There's a brand new stealth bomber that's going to be out there flying the skies. And you and I both know, and you, I don't know why I said you and I when there's three of us.
You, me,
the
yourself, and I.
royal. It was the royal you and I.
It was the
Us.
royal you and I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're fancy today.
The original stealth bomber, the original Batwing bomber, caused a lot of problems, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people saw UFOs because of it. Because nothing on Earth looked like it. Well, there's a brand new one, which means they're going to be flying again. The new B-21 Raider.
B-21 Raider.
It's a nuclear stealth bomber.
Oh Jesus.
You know what that means, don't you?
I don't
It's
know.
going to be quiet as hell.
Is there any pictures of it?
I just sent a link.
Ooh, let's take a look at this. If it's a big triangle, I'm gonna be pissed.
It's
it's
a
only
big triangle.
I don't see like a top view of it though.
No, but you could tell it's a big triangle.
It's a big triangle, isn't it?
It's a big triangle.
So they've been testing this thing out, and we've been seeing this son of a bitch.
Yeah, but it's a white triangle.
That's true. We are looking for a black triangle, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Unless this white? The lighting.
It's whitish gray.
Yeah, it's kind of grayish.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, wasn't there a what was the name of that the plane that we read something, I can't remember what episode it was, that they were saying that this was a like a stealth bomber or some like style. I can't remember what plane they said it was. You remember that?
Yeah.
I just can't remember the actual name of the plane.
I just can't remember. Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, it was
You
because
know,
it was off of a video.
It's
like
funny that you mentioned that problem.
Uh-huh.
That we can't remember what it was exactly, because
yeah. Okay.
we have this website
Oh man. Yeah.
www.kyxfiles.com, where you can actually go back and you can even type in just a random sentence that you remember from that episode, and you know what? It's going to take you to that episode. That's on the stealth bomber technology too, I bet. You guys don't know this, but our website's being hosted by a stealth bomber made of dinosaur bones and UFO parts.
What?
Yeah,
Wow. I didn't know that.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's just
I
that's
thought
why it was exciting.
I thought it was just a simple website service. I was totally wrong.
Yeah, man. I know. Surprised me too. Surprised me too. I'm still
Whew.
surprised.
My face hasn't changed. I'm like,
Can you believe it? I can't.
I can't.
There's
I
nothing
thought,
about it that I
yeah, I
believe.
thought we were gonna have to go on the dark web for this.
So we got UFO stuff. We got more UFO stuff, you said?
Yeah, I sent you guys over some stuff. If you kind of scroll back up,
Okay.
and that, I guess I'll start with the
Ooh.
massive black ring.
Yeah, let's start with this.
What
I
the
like
hell
that.
is this all about?
Apparently, this person, it's in Singapore. It literally just like if you guys just picture,
What the fuck is that?
it looks like a smoke ring, but it's black.
Yamungrind.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Black ring flying above Sentosa. Birds
Um,
migratory? No, that's not birds.
yeah. So
Are
yeah,
you sure?
I unless
Could be, I guess.
somebody's the only other option that I have, like, because the way that the smoke is, like, it's kind of smoky a little bit. Maybe a lawnmower backfired and it poofed up a smoke ring.
That is
Have,
one
have
hell
you
of a smoke ring.
have you ever seen starlings when they do their crazy sky tricks?
Uh-uh.
Mm-mm.
It did look like smoke. Hang on a second. I'm going to see if I can find.
But it goes to like it was saying on this whole thing that it was also reported the same sighting was found in the same exact location in 2017, 5 years previous. My bad.
Pretty wild.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pull this video over here. I'm going to send it to you guys.
Is there no way to like zoom in on this picture and like just zoom in like crazy and see if it's just a bunch of birds flying around? But
Take a look at this.
okay.
This is starlings doing the absolutely crazy acrobatic stuff. All right. Now these guys are close to the ground in this video. Now imagine if it were higher up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I have
But
seen
man,
those,
look.
yeah.
Yeah, but look how many there are. Like that.
It's just a big flock. There's no
Yeah.
guarantee that it's going to be that many. See, they even go into like ring formations and stuff.
Yeah.
I see it. Yeah, okay. So I guess
Y-
there's a possibility that could have been starlings.
Yeah.
Do they have starlings there? I mean, is that
And
something possible? Sentosa? Let's see. Sentosa. Island in Singapore. Starlings. Let's see. I don't see any, like I'm not seeing anything. Let's see. Okay, so explore complete list of birds for this spot. There we go. Let's look.
There you go.
All right, so I'm just looking for starlings, right?
I mean, starling is one species that does this,
So
but
is there a bunch of species that do this?
I'm sure there's more than just starlings. It was just the first birds that could come to my mind because of how
Oh my
um,
god. Look at this.
dramatically.
there. Oh my god, I am going down. There's a 190.
Yeah, there's a
I
bunch. Hey, look what I
and
found.
what?
Number 63 on the list. Red jungle fowl. Shout out. Thanks for all the chickens. You can tell that at this stage in our human history that we've run out of names to name new birds.
Yes. And bird names are just ridiculous.
Like this one here, the blue-throated bee eater.
What does it do?
That's just getting lazy, guys.
Or well, I feel like this one's a good name.
Which one?
Black back dwarf kingfisher.
That's pretty cool.
So they absolutely have starlings in Singapore. They have the Asian glossy.
Okay, I have to say this, and I'm sorry. I like it's killing me not to say it. Get this one, the watercock. Totally, that is, and it's spelled the way you think it is too.
Well, it kind of makes me not want to bring up the one that I was gonna say now. The pinstripe tit babbler. And moving right along. What other link did you send?
So I think we need to do an entire episode just reading off bird names.
Bird names, yeah.
yeah,
Just an hour of us reading ridiculous bird names.
Is it this NASA astronaut one you
Yeah.
sent over? Okay, I'm gonna open this one up.
this is
There were so much worse bird names, and I needed to get out of there
yeah.
fast. I'm sorry.
Astronaut Al Warden.
Yeah,
Warden.
yeah.
He was one of the astronauts on Apollo 15 mission.
Okay.
Um, it's not this is like he went on record basically. He went on to the Good Morning Britain
Okay.
TV show, and he said that he believes in aliens, but he believes that we're the aliens. He
Okay.
believes that we got in tiny ships and came here. And like he even goes to say, he's like, if you hold on, let me find where did he say? Dang it, I just had it. Dang it. Yeah. And if you don't believe me, go get a book on ancient Sumerians and see what they had to say. They'll tell you right up front.
Well, you know what? To go into that a little bit. No
Yeah.
offense to anybody out there that's descendant of ancient Sumerians, but the ancient Sumerians did write a lot of crazy ass shit.
Yeah.
And I will say that ancient Sumerian text is it's pretty wild. Like their gods, some of the some of the stuff that they wrote about, some of their like what do you call it, like their artwork and such.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's pictures of like ancient Sumerian, like what do you call it, where it's like there's literally like UFOs in the background. So it's like,
And
you know what I mean? They were onto some some weird stuff.
yeah.
You know.
And some of the parts of this article it states that it's more likely that aliens come from somewhere under the seas or caves or something like that rather than another planet. Ugh,
Right.
can't talk. So I liked like that one caught my eye when I read that because of how like I know a lot of these UFOs that we've talked about, that ones that we really can't like explain, they have something to do with water.
Yeah.
But then again, like there's some that you can talk about. It's like this. Okay, if they came from the seas, why do they need water? Like especially like the one that last episode that we did from the one from Michigan.
Right.
It was sucking water up. Like if it can go in the water, then why was it needing the water?
You know. I don't know. I mean,
So yeah, I just
I
like,
still say they're using it for cooling.
but if they're going into the water, then that's what I'm saying. It's like, couldn't they just go into the water and use the water, like suck the water up that way?
I mean, I'm sure they could if the whatever craft they're using is submersible.
yeah,
Well, that's what they're saying. That's what I was saying. Is like, because they're saying aliens are coming from the under the sea or caves. Like if they're coming from caves, I get that. But if they're coming from the sea, then that particular one sighting that we were talking about, and especially like there was episodes that we talked about. I think you were even saying it. It was like it was in season one. The like the craft actually went into the ocean and came back out.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't remember. I think it was like
it was the splash video. Or are you talking
yeah,
about the one in the Arctic?
yeah, in the Arctic. I think that was the one.
Yeah,
So that's what I'm saying. Like the under the sea one kind of like caught me because of like
Well,
we've talked about some of the UFOs that actually have some kind of relationship with the water.
I mean, look at this too. Is it one of the most? I mean, literally hands down, probably the most infamous and famous. Uh, I want to say like alien slash UFO books ever written is from 1968 by a guy named Eric von Daniken. If I'm saying that right, I don't know.
Hmm.
And it literally was a book about um, the ancient Sumerians being in contact with a race of beings that were the Anunnaki. And that book came out in 1968, and it was called Chariot of the Gods. And it's
right.
still hailed as one of the like greatest books as far as this topic goes. I mean, what does it say here? The theory is that the Anunnaki hybridized their species in Homo erectus in a form of vitro fertilization in order to create humans as a slave species. And it says here the Anunnaki were forced to temporarily leave Earth's surface and orbit the planet when the Antarctic glaciers melted that caused the Great Flood, which destroyed the Anunnaki's bases on Earth. These had to be rebuilt, and the Anunnaki, needing more humans to help this massive effort, taught mankind agriculture. Wait, I don't know, but like even the use of the word Anunnaki is actually a Sumerian word that describes a group of deities that they believed in. You know, so I'm saying it's whenever it comes to Sumerians, I mean it's always going to go back to this now because this man literally made this thing famous. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
yeah, their artwork, the stuff they depicted. You know what I mean? I mean it's you know even right here it says 1976 a book called The 12th Planet claimed that the Anunnaki were actually an advanced humanoid extraterrestrial species from the undiscovered planet Nibiru, who came to Earth around 500,000 years ago and constructed a base of operations in order to mine gold after discovering that the planet was rich in this precious metal. You know, so there you go. There's tons of, I see all kinds of books here.
So I've just rediscovered an article, and I mean this isn't the only site I've seen it on. This kind of refers to a lot of this about an alleged former CIA agent who had said that he's seen aliens from Roswell at Area 51.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And apparently he admitted to all this on his deathbed. He just flat out said, "Yeah, these are all real."
Wow.
Um, he said that he saw the crash and that it was like just all mangled up, and that every alien in there, apart from a couple, had died. Um, he said that the spaceship used reverse gravity engineering to fly,
Yeah.
claiming that he later gained the mathematical code for it.
Wow. See,
Right.
that's like I could get behind that because I think that's how they move around.
Right.
You know, I don't know. Definitely bears more digging. I'm saving all this stuff to dig more. But
Apparently,
fellas, we
this
are
guy's left himself anonymous too.
really
Yeah, the person who interviewed him left him anonymous.
pretty wild,
Maybe
man.
so they don't go after his family or something.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't know, man. It's crazy. But fellas, we are like well over an hour here.
Oh, so we're fine. We're
Now,
actually
now
my
we
bad,
are.
guys. Dude,
Yeah.
I've been out of it. Sorry, sorry, listeners.
You know what?
It's tough.
If I was a worse human being, I would make a fake ending
Yeah.
right then earlier in the episode, and like fade it back in and just continue the episode. But we all know that I'm not the greatest as far as following through with my editing promises. So let's just leave it at this. You know, we're gonna edit this out later, guys. We promise.
I tell you
Have
what,
a
though, you're definitely a better website builder than a editor.
Oh no, I didn't build it. I didn't build it.
it's a template.
It's a template, but a
Oh, okay.
really, really good one.
Yeah, but it's still got filled out by you.
Yeah.
I'm
What
just like I,
what
What
website are
what
we
is?
talking about again?
yeah. What is it?
What is it?
Oh, it's
Oh,
so if you're feeling like you need to see some super attractive guys talk
Ooh,
about creepy stuff,
yeah. Yes.
you head over to www.kyxfiles.com.
Ooh.
shipping included.
All
Oh,
right.
okay. Never mind.
You guys out there, you take care of each other. We're gonna get Tyler to bed, tuck him in.
Yeah, poor little
I want,
fella.
I
Poor
want
He's
some
all
fella.
milk.
tuckered out.
He's tuckered out. It's okay though. He's been working hard.
He's got a big day tomorrow, writing a bio.
I know. I
Apparently,
can't wait. Tasty pictures. That's what we're gonna have to have.
yeah.
Yep.
Very tasty. All right. You guys out there take care of each other.
Mwah.
See ya.